It was a chilly December afternoon at 4 p.m. when my daughter, Emma, my son Max, and I finally crested the snowy hill to our rented ski cabin in northern Vermont. I'm Megan, a freelance editor, and we'd been looking forward to this week off. Just pine trees, a frozen lake visible through frosted windows, and no neighbors for miles. We unpacked by the stone fireplace and laughed at how the floorboards groaned beneath our boots. That first night passed uneventfully, but on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m., Emma slipped into my bedroom. "Mom," she whispered, her voice trembling, "I keep hearing something scratching behind my bed." I reassured her it was probably mice, tucked her in, and returned to the living room. Less than a minute later, I froze at the sound. Scritch, scritch, soft and insistent, right at the baseboard. My heart pounded as I crept back with a flashlight.
I pressed my ear against the cold wooden wall and felt a slow, ragged breathing behind it. Before I could pull away, a brutal scream ripped through the cabin from inside that very wall. I scooped Emma into my arms, dashed down the hallway, and yanked Max from his crib without waking him. Our boots pounded the floor as we burst through the front door into the freezing night air.
By 9:35 p.m., we were huddled on the porch when a figure smeared with slush and mud came charging down the corridor, eyes wild and desperate. He pounded at the sliding door, fingernails gouging the glass as he howled unintelligible words. I threw myself against the door, shouting for Emma to call 911 on my phone, bracing for the glass to shatter.
Within seconds, flashlights swept the yard. 2 state troopers cannonballed through the side entrance, tackling the intruder to the ground. I collapsed onto the welcome mat, soaked in relief and terror.
An hour later, around 1 a.m. Wednesday, detectives showed me their discovery, a hidden hatch beneath the living room floorboards. It led into a narrow crawl space running under the cabin, exiting through a loose panel in Emma's closet. The intruder confessed he'd stumbled upon it last spring, lived there on and off, scavenging food, and planned to break out that night to harm us.
The next morning, we sealed every inch of that crawl space and fled the cabin. Even now, whenever winter winds rattle my windows, I'm transported back to Emma's fearful whisper, the scratching, the scream, and the knowledge that something had been living in our walls, waiting for us.